My name is Martha. I'm 64 years old. I lost my husband John 23 years ago. He died while saving someone from a burning car. People called him a hero, but to me, he was the man who used to bring me coffee in bed and dance with me in the kitchen to old songs. After his death, it was just me and our 3 children, Anna, Daniel, and Lily. I did everything I could to give them a good life. 3 jobs, 2 hours of sleep some nights, but I never complained. I thought one day when they grew up, they'd remember. But life has a cruel way of showing you what really matters. When they were younger, birthdays were our biggest tradition. John would grill outside, the kids would decorate the living room, and I'd make my special lemon cake. Even after he died, I kept the tradition alive for him, for us. But this year was different. I sent messages early in the week. Dinner's at 6. Nothing fancy, just family. Anna read it but didn't reply. Daniel sent a thumbs up emoji. And Lily said she'd try to make it. I spent the whole day cooking roast chicken, mashed potatoes, the lemon cake John used to love. I even put his photo at the head of the table like I do every year. For a moment, I could almost feel him smiling at me. 6 o'clock came. Then 7. Then 8. The candles melted down to nothing. The food went cold. And I sat there, staring at the front door, pretending that maybe traffic was bad. Maybe they were planning a surprise. Maybe anything had come up. But nothing did. The silence in that house was unbearable. I tried not to cry, but I did. Not because they forgot my birthday, but because I realized they hadn't just forgotten the day. They'd forgotten me. So, I picked up my old phone, the one with the cracked screen and the flickering camera light. I sat down at the table and hit record. My voice trembled as I said, "This might be my last birthday. I just wanted one more dinner with my family before I'll die." I showed the empty chairs, the half-melted candles, the food no one touched. Then, I turned the camera toward John's picture, the one taken a week before he died, and whispered, "They don't even talk about you anymore." I reached for the old box beside his frame. Inside were letters he had written for each of the kids, sealed with their names. He wrote them the night before he died, while I was asleep. I never told them about it because I wanted to wait until they were older. If this moment touched you, hit subscribe. Maybe you'll find a little light here too. But now, staring at their names on those envelopes, I realized maybe I'd waited too long. I held one up to the camera. "Your father wanted you to know how much he loved you," I said quietly. "Even when you stopped calling. Even when you stopped coming home." I didn't plan for anyone to see that video. I just wanted to keep it a little memory, a goodbye of sorts, in case I didn't wake up one day. But somehow, I must have pressed the wrong button. Instead of saving it privately, I uploaded it. By the next morning, my phone was vibrating nonstop. Hundreds of notifications. Thousands. Comments poured in. Strangers crying, praying, apologizing for their own broken families. Some said they wished they could hug me. Others said they were calling their parents right away. And then the anger came, directed at my children. People found their social media accounts. They left messages like, "How could you leave your mother alone? You don't deserve her." The video had gone viral. Millions watched it. But me? I was too tired to care. My hands were shaking, and my vision blurred every few minutes. I'd been hiding a sickness for months, the kind that eats you slowly from the inside. Still, I smiled through it. I told myself, maybe now they'll remember. The next few days were quiet, no calls from my children. Only messages from strangers who called me Mama Martha. Then one morning I felt a sharp pain in my chest. The next thing I remember, I was lying in a hospital bed, surrounded by machines and soft beeping sounds. When I turned my head, expecting to see one of my kids, there was a man sitting by my bedside. A man I didn't recognize. He stood up when I stirred and said softly, "Mrs. Turner, my name is Michael. My father was the man your husband saved." Life has a way of showing us who truly cares. Subscribe if you believe second chances still exist. I blinked, trying to focus on his face. He looked to be in his 40s, kind eyes, calm voice, the kind of presence that made you feel safe without words. "My father always talked about your husband," he said quietly. He said that day he tried to pull him out, but John pushed him away. Told him to go be with his wife and kids. My dad lived because of him. I just wanted to say, thank you.
I didn't know what to say.
Tears slipped down before I even realized I was crying. For 23 years, no one had ever looked me in the eye and said thank you for what John did. Michael sat beside me and handed me a small envelope. Inside was an old photo, John and a stranger, both smiling, arms around each other, grease on their shirts from fixing cars. My father kept this, he said. He said John was the best man he'd ever met. I held the picture against my chest and whispered, he really was. For the next few days, Michael visited often. He brought me soup, helped me call the nurses, even fixed the little radio by my bed. He didn't treat me like a viral video. He treated me like a person. Meanwhile, the outside world kept spinning. My video had crossed 10 million views. TV shows were talking about the forgotten mother. Some people even started a campaign asking others to visit lonely parents. And yet, my own children still hadn't come. Until the fourth day. That afternoon, the door creaked open, and there they were. Anna first, her eyes red from crying. Daniel behind her, silent. Lily clutched a small bunch of flowers, the petals already wilted. I didn't speak. I just looked at them, my babies now grown, standing there like strangers who didn't know where to begin. Anna broke first. Mom, she whispered. We saw the video. I didn't respond. It wasn't supposed to happen like that, Daniel added, stepping forward. We didn't mean to hurt you. We were just busy.
Busy.
That word again. The word that had replaced love in our world. Lily's voice trembled. We didn't know you were sick, Mom. We didn't know. I didn't tell you, I said softly. You didn't ask. Late at night. I wonder, if my video hadn't gone viral, would they have ever come home at all? For a moment, the room was silent except for the steady beep of the heart monitor. Then I looked at them and smiled weakly. It's all right. I don't want apologies. I just want peace. Anna wiped her eyes. We'll stay with you now. We'll make it right. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But deep down I knew, time doesn't always give you a chance to fix everything. That night, I wrote 3 letters, one for each of them. Letters of forgiveness, not anger. I told them about their father's last words. How he said, promise me you'll keep them together, no matter what. And I told them I still loved them, even when they forgot how to love me back. 2 days later, my body grew weaker. I could feel it, the quiet slipping away. Michael was there when the nurses rushed in. He held my hand and whispered, You're not alone, Martha. When my children finally arrived at my bedside again, it was too late for words. I looked at them one last time and managed a small smile. Then I closed my eyes. Weeks passed. The world moved on to the next story, the next viral video. But something beautiful happened. My children didn't disappear again. They read the letters. Every word. And for the first time in years, they sat together. All 3 of them at our old dining table. The one I'd set for my last birthday. They filmed a short video, sitting under the same banner that still read Family Forever. The lemon cake was on the table, a candle burning in the center. Anna's voice cracked as she looked into the camera. Mom, we came home. Daniel added softly. We're together, just like you wanted. And Lily whispered, We're sorry it took losing you to remember what love really means. The video ended with a picture of me and John, smiling in our backyard, the year before he died. Maybe somewhere beyond all this, they know I saw it. Because I did. Love doesn't die with us. It lingers in words, in memories, in the small things we leave behind. So if you're watching this and your mother's still here, call her. Don't wait for a video to remind you. Because one day, when the chair is empty, you'll wish you had. Red Heart, if this story touched your heart, subscribe for more stories that remind us what really matters: love, family, and forgiveness.